Alright, so today's lesson is found in the volume of cylinders. So again, our volume is always measured in cubic units. Make sure we include that on our labels. Alright, so the first thing we have is volume formula for any right prism. So that is our triangular prisms or our rectangular prisms we would use this formula for. And it always is volume is equal to the base times the height. Now depending on which prism you do, rectangular prism would be your length times your width. Triangular prism, your base is going to be the triangle, which is going to be your the base of the triangle times the height times half. Okay, so we're going to use this very similar formula to help us figure out the formula for our cylinder. And just like a rectangular prism, where we found the actual base, what it was, we're going to do the same thing for the cylinder. And the base of a cylinder is a circle, and so we know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. So that is going to be the base of our cylinder, pi r squared. Then we're going to multiply that by the height. So it's same idea. Alright, so let's go ahead and use that equation to solve for our volumes of our cylinders. And when we find each volume, we're going to go ahead and use 3.14 for pi. Pi's disappeared there. And we're going to round to the nearest tenth if we need to. So I'm going to rewrite my equation here just to help me remind me. Volume equals pi r squared times your height. So our volume is equal to, and then pi, so 3.14. The radius is 4. Square it, and then times the height, which is 12.2. Which is going to give me a volume of 612.925. I'm sorry, 0.928. And then I'm going to go ahead and round that to the nearest tenth. So its volume is going to equal to 612.9, and that is feet cubed. Okay. Alright, let's look at number 2. Again, I'm going to rewrite my equation. Volume is equal to pi r squared radius squared height. So volume is equal to pi, and then we have 10 meters, it looks like, is our diameter, so we need to make sure our radius is 5. It's half of that squared times our height of 8. I should get a volume of 628 meters cubed. Right, number 3. Again, its volume equals pi r squared times your height. So volume is equal to pi, and then our radius for this one, you notice how this one is actually turned on its side. We still need to look at the circle as our base. So the radius is 28 inches, so 28 squared times our height of 60. So our volume is equal to 147,705.6 inches cubed. So what we'll go ahead and do is pause your video now. Go ahead and solve these 3. Make sure you're writing down the equation every single time. It's going to help you remember it. It's pi r squared as your base, and then times the height. So for number 1, you should have gotten 25,434 centimeters cubed. Make sure that you didn't use your diameter. Make sure you cut it in half to use it 18 squared for your radius. And we have number 2 again. Make sure you cut your diameter half down to 5, and you should have gotten an answer of 1,962.5 inches cubed. And lastly, they actually gave you the radius, so we should get an answer of 791.3 inches cubed.